Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming. We have just arrived at the Rico Arena in Coventry for the 2-day Warhammer Fest. Both of us are taking part in the Horus Heresy GT. I'm taking my Ultramarines, obviously, and Robin is taking his Iron Hands.
Yep.
List-wise,
Mine's rubbish.
Robin's rubbish. Mine's alright. Hey, we ain't going to win.
Yours is filth.
Okay.
You've got like complete Phosphex spam. And I've got a couple of Dreadnoughts.
So yeah, okay, I've got 3 quad mortars, all with Phosphex, and we'll have Interceptor from Reboot Gulliman. And I had to sit down and cut out 50 cardboard 3-inch templates the other day, which was painful. Let's go take a look around. So here we go then, this is game 1 of the Horus Heresy GT. I am facing Mechanicum with a mix of Alpha Legion. First game is Shatter Strike with Dawn of War deployment. So let's go fight this and I'll catch you at the end of the game.
Right guys, so here is my first game of the Horus Heresy tournament. It is going to be a massive uphill struggle. I am on table 1. This is the only time I'm going to be on table 1 for the whole tournament. And yeah, I'm playing against this knight's list. So yeah, let's come back at the end, see how it goes.
So that is it, that is the end of game 1. It is a victory for the Ultramarines, 8-3 on victory points. Attrition was shared, Slay the Warlord. Gunnerman I lost my Spartan turn 1, he got immobilised, so Gunnerman had to get out and then walk, but he did a lot of damage. He went in and crushed things to death. Phosphex was nasty this game, and Shatter Shells as well. Killed off quite a lot of the Alpha Legions as they came in outflanking. So yeah, really good game.
Okay, so that's the end of the game, and that's pretty much a sign of what is left of my army, as you'd expect. Manus did well. He managed to kill the Warlord and another knight, but then facing his 3rd knight, he got stomped out. So yeah, that's it. So that's a loss for me. That was a 4-1 game, but really good game actually. To be honest, I didn't think it would be, because facing all of those knights is a little bit horrible, but yeah, it was actually quite fun killing a few knights in close combat.
As we head into game 2 of the GT, it's Ultramarines versus Ultramarines. Mission is Blood Feud. This is what I'm facing. There's some veterans in Rhinos that are going to be outflanking. So I've picked the tank choice, and we're obviously doing Clash of the Lines deployment. My deployment, Phosphex at the front, followed up by the Spartan. So lots and lots of death. But we've got tanks, so it's going to have to be Shatter Shells rather than Phosphex coming down until we pop out those veterans. So let's see how we go.
Right, so I am in game 2. I am playing against Iron Warriors. We are in about the midpoint of the battle. It's fairly even so far. I've lost a couple of Dreadnoughts. The Spartan's gone, and there was a full squad of breaches there, and there's been some Havocs killed, and some of these Tyrant Terminators I've managed to whittle down. So it's pretty close. So let's see how we get on at the end.
Second game, and it's the first loss for my Ultramarines. Just the way that everything was deployed on the back of the board down here means I couldn't get anything close. I didn't want to bring my tanks forward, he didn't want to bring his tanks forward, so anything went forward from Spartan. That got popped just there. Rebooted Gulliman had to try and get into combat. Just there were shots coming in from down here. So it was a minor loss for me, which is 7 points, and then Carl gets 13 victory points for a minor win. So I think overall now on tournament points I'm on 20. So not doing too bad. Let's just hope for a nice easy pairing in the 3rd game. So here we go into game 3 of the Horus Heresy GT, and I'm drawn against this idiot. Yay! It's Geeks versus Geeks. It's Ultramarines versus Iron Hands. This should be fun. So that is the end of game 3. There's quite a lot of blue Ultramarines left on this table, and there isn't any Iron Hands left. It is a tabling. I think I had bragging rights on Geeks for a little while because, yeah, I've just kicked Robin's ass. The apothecary down here actually pulled down Ferrus Manus in the end. That was a fun game. That was a good fun game. So this is it. This is the final game of day one. I am playing beautifully painted up Mechanicum army. We're just towards the end of turn one. I managed to seize the initiative. It's not going brilliant at the moment. My Phosphex have died thanks to the Myrmidons down here and their horrible flamers, so we'll see if I can crawl it back. That is it. That is the end of day one. 4 games in one day. It is so tiring. It's my first major loss. Yeah, lost that one by 11 victory points, so that counts as a major. So 0 tournament points on that one. So I'm going to finish the day on 40 points. So one more game to go tomorrow. Hopefully get a couple more tournament points out of that. So then guys, it is the morning of day 2 of the Horus Heresy GT and Warhammer Fest. We're probably about to leave to head to the Rico. First day, 4 games. 4 games in one day is slightly tiring. We are both knackered. One of us is nursing a hangover after a few beers in the bar with Visicast last night. That won't be me. But yeah, what a great day that was. First game for me was a minor win, so I got 13 tournament points for that. That was a good game actually. That was good fun. Mechanicum and Alpha Legion. Unfortunately for him, he brought his one side of Alpha Legion on from reserves and straight into Phosphex. Bye bye squad. Second game against another Ultramarines player. Tough one, lots of tanks. He kept them out of range of my Shatter Shells and my Scorpius Whirlwind, so the only thing that could do damage was a Brute, and it just didn't go my way. Third game was against Robin. How did that go, Rob?
Kicked his ass.
You kicked my ass. No, you didn't. Yeah, unfortunately, I tabled Robin. And then the fourth and final game was against a guy with Mechanicum. Oh man, that was a tough old game, and that was a major loss. I picked up no points, which is a bit annoying. I was 5th. I was actually 4th at one point, joint 4th. And now I'm like 25th as we go in this morning because of that loss yesterday. So I think my chances of placing are slim. My first game this morning is against Custodes. And I've never faced them before. Yes, Robin, you can see the opponent's list on the app that we have to use. Seriously, I had to show him how to use Instagram yesterday. He's just inept at everything that he does. Anyway, Rob, how was your 4th game? Because you forgot to record that.
It was good. I won.
He did win. He got a minor win. Who was you playing against?
I was playing against a guy. I can't remember your name. But I did do a lot of drinking last night. It was Mechanicum list, and it had the knight, the one that's the sort of Mechanicum, the first Mechanicum looking knight.
Yeah.
That Forge World did, that can shoot D weapons at you at 8-inch range. That one. It was a really close game. That one. I ended up winning. It was the one when you have to sort of control table quarters, and at the end he had 3 scoring units in my deployment zone. I had 2 in his, but he was contesting mine. I didn't have any units that could contest, so I had to kill the units, and they were those Mechanicum jumpy units which got 3 wounds.
Oh, yeah, them ones.
But fortunately, my Leviathan Dreadnought didn't die on first turn, which it has done in every single game. Didn't die on first turn and lasted to the end and managed to wipe out a unit. My Contemptor wiped out a unit, and my quad mortar, I think, put the last wound on something, so I managed to clear out my deployment zone. I was holding the middle of the table as well, and contesting the back, so I won that, and I also got Warlord on the secondary objectives and stuff like that, so that was a minor victory.
Yeah.
Third game, we're kind of going backwards now. Third game was obviously against this numbskull and his cheesy overpowered list. And I've taken quite a fluffy list. I've got Iron Hands. Yes, I've got Ferrus Manus in a 2,000 point army.
How did Ferrus Manus die in the game against me? Was it?
He got heroically taken down by the entire Ultramarines army.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He had to face the Invictaris Suzerains, the Siegebreaker, the Apothecary, and Rarute Gulliman.
On his own?
No, it wasn't on his own. He had a couple of Terminators for the first couple of rounds of combat, and then he was on his own. So Ferrus Manus died to an Apothecary and his Chainsword. I literally got so lucky with my rolls, and then this numpty rolled 1, and he had 1 wound left, so it was bye-bye Manus.
In that game, he rolled nothing but 6s. Like, literally.
It was
first turn,
awesome rolling.
First turn, he blew up 3 of my units, one of which was my Spartan, another one was a Contemptor, and what else did you killed something else?
A Rhino.
Oh yeah, Rhino, and then the unit that was in it.
So we were playing...
So 4 units in the first turn.
So we were playing the mission where
Crazy.
Whatever you destroy on the first turn, you get victory points for. So the idea was, I'm just going to try and waste his army. I gave my Spartan Tank Hunter, thanks to Rarute. So I was re-rolling, and it was just brilliant. It was one of them games. We had people watching, and it was one of them games where
it lasted like 20 minutes. It's like, let's make this a spectator sport, you know. They've come over to watch Geeks Wargaming play, and he
dicked you.
Yeah. I was going to say that, and I stopped myself with it.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, it just completely rolled me over. Game 2. What was that against?
Can you remember?
It's such a long day. I mean, that's literally 8 hours of gaming.
And then there was half an hour, 40 minutes to an hour in between all the games. We had to queue up for an hour to start with. It was a long day. I mean, you remembered?
I remembered.
I remember. Hold on, people.
Hold on. Grandpa's remembered something. Iron Warriors. That was a really close game. It was literally 1 victory point in it.
Yes, I remember coming over to watch that game.
Yeah, 1 victory point in it. His army was very fluffy, same way as mine was, so he sort of had a lot of what they call the Iron Havocs and Breaches and Dreadnoughts and stuff like that. So very similar to what I was running in a way. But yeah, just managed to get Ferrus Manus up the table and started deleting some units. So that swung it in the end. So yeah, 1-by-1 victory point, which is a minor victory. My first game, so this was welcome to the tournament, Rob. I was against a Knights list. Not only a Knights list, it was 4 Knights, 3 of which were the Forge World cheesy ones. So the flamey one, the Mechanicum D-weapony one, and the big, whatever it's called, you know, the biggest one that's like 500 quid or whatever it is. It's basically a Warhound Titan.
The round one.
The round one. It's really cool. But yeah, that was just deleting stuff. But fortunately for me, my opponent seemed to want to charge Ferrus Manus.
Yeah, he will just delete.
So Ferrus Manus, in 3 rounds of combat, he killed 1 knight, ran onto another one, killed that, and then he got charged by the weakest knight, the Knight Warden, you know, the one that was just filling up the points, and didn't manage to kill that in 1 round of combat, got it down to 1 hull point remaining, and he D-slapped me, rolled 6, so it's just, again,
it happens.
Robin's 7th edition run is going to start here. How can you D-slap a Primarch?
You can't D-slap Primarch.
Just like he hadn't been scratched, he hadn't taken 1 wound, and then this one knight just puts his foot on him, and he's dead.
Him. I suppose that is one thing about the news that came out at Warhammer Fest yesterday, is the fact that Horus Heresy is getting its own rule book based on 7th. So when they're not following 8th edition, which is what they said at the Horus Heresy weekend in February. But I think it's going to be tweaked. I think it's going to have its own. It's going to have its own rule set, but the core rules will be in 7th rather than in 8th, which is better because it doesn't get rid of all those big expensive black books that we've all been and bought, and you know.
Just need to take D out or tone it down.
They might take D out now. I don't know. We don't know until we see the rule. But we weren't in the seminar because we've been gaming for what feels like days. One thing about the weekend, is the fact that we got to meet loads of you guys out there, and that was, really good fun to meet you guys. It was really nice to meet some of the subscribers and some of our viewers out there. Other YouTubers as well, so there was Ace Face there was Martin from Wargames, there was Imperium Gaming, there was Lawrence, the big dog himself from Tabletop Tactics, Physicast, Imperium Gaming, and do you know what?
What's the other guy? Snake Eyes?
Yeah, Snake Eyes Gaming as well. So there was, it was really nice to get together with people that we count as friends. And we had a laugh, and that's the big thing. There was one thing that I am going to mention that put a bit of a downer on the weekend. So yesterday morning there was breaking news that Alan Blythe, who worked for Forgeal, passed away. He was probably one of the main reasons why Horus Heresy is as it is. He created a lot of the rules himself. He came up with a lot of the ideas for the units, and he's a person that I've spoken to a lot in the past at Heresy Weekenders or Warhammer World. He was a really nice guy. The hobby will not be the same without Alan Blythe in, and it is a big loss. And so, thank you, Alan, for everything that you did. And we're going to go off to Game 5, and we're going to try and kick some ass for you. So this is it. This is final game. We are doing War of Lies, so objectives, but you get to roll at the end of the game to see how many victory points you get off them. But maybe I even lose some. And this is the Custodes army that I'm facing. So it's going to be a tough game against these guys. So that's it. That's the end of the GT. It was a minor loss. 11 victory points to 9. A win for the Custodes. So damn close. Such a good game. There was so much fun. As you can tell from the templates, there's literally phosphex all over the board. Brute Gulliman just murdered Custodes left, right, and centre booms finally pulled down. Dreadnought got immobilised on the first turn. That was great fun. That was a brilliant game. Loved it. Let's go see how Robin got on. So that's it then, guys. That is the end of the weekender, and that is the end of the GT. Robin finished 36th. I finished 29th. And Tom, who plays Emperor's Children on the channel, finished in 5th. So well done, Tom. And also the fact that the 40k GT winner, so the last 7th edition GT, was won by our friend Max, who we know through Tom, and much deserved. Well done, mate. But yeah, that was a wicked weekend. That really was. Robin, how did your last game go? Because once again, you forgot to record it when you were hungover. So did you win? Did you lose?
True professional, boys.
True professional. See what I have to work with here, boys and girls? It's just not fun.
Yeah, I won. Minor win against Mechanicum. Beat the guy by like 1 point in the end. I should have lost, but my opponent made some really stupid mistakes in the last turn, which gave me the game, including doing a Death or Glory with his Warlord against my Rhino, and he failed to damage my Rhino, so it just ran him over. So I got Warlord, and that was the difference in the points. So yeah, I won that one. Hey. So I did win 3 games. He only won 2 games, but but he placed above me. I
placed above him because of a major win that I got against somebody. Yeah, he didn't. And so yeah, that was a really good weekender. The GT was brilliant fun to take part in. My feet are killing me. And you know what? That was really good fun. We've seen 8th edition. We've seen the new minis. We've seen the new dreadnoughts. A
lot of cool stuff.
Cool stuff coming out. There really is. Didn't have much time to go to the seminars because of gaming, but do you know what? Totally brilliant weekend. And next year we'll be back again. You might be in the Blood Bowl GT next year, hopefully, because I think he'll stand a good chance in that. And I'll probably be in the Horus Heresy or 40k one, depending on how 8th edition lands. So what? That was a great weekend. Loved every minute of it. And you know, please leave us a like. It does help out the channel. Leave us a comment if you saw us here. If you played against one of us, sorry.
Unless you beat us.
Which most people did. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.